caution, folks. That's all," said Minnie, interrupting her own humming to sigh and say it, the song somehow buzzing right on. "No sense us wasting each other's time, sweetheart." The song, running its own course up under the words, up under Velma's hospital gown, notes pressing against her skin, and Velma steeling herself against intrusion. "A lot of weight when you're well. Now, you just hold that thought." Velma didn't know how she was to do that. She could barely manage to hold on to herself, hold on to the stingy stool, be there all of a piece, and resist the buzzing bee tune coming at her. Now her whole purpose was surface, to go smooth, be sealed, and inviolate. She tried to withdraw as she'd been doing for weeks and weeks, withdraw the self to a safe place where husband, lover, teacher, workers, no one could follow, probe, withdraw herself and prop up a border guard to negotiate with would-be intruders. She'd been a border guard all her childhood, so she knew something about it. She was the one sent to the front door to stand off the landlord, the insurance man, the greengrocer, the fish peddler, to ensure Mama May one more bit of peace. And at her godmother's, it was Smitty who sent her to the front door to misdirect the posse. No one of that name lived here. No, this was not where the note from the principal should be delivered. She wasn't sure how to move away from Minnie Ransom and from the music, where to throw up the barrier and place the border guard. She wasn't sure whether she'd been hearing music anyway. Was certain, though, that she didn't know what she was supposed to say or do on that stool. Wasn't even sure whether it was time to breathe in or breathe out. Everything was off, out of whack. The relentless logic she'd lived by sprung. And here she was in Minnie Ransom's hands in the Southwest Community Infirmary. Anything could happen. She could roll off the stool like a ball of wax and melt right through the floor, or sail out of the window, stool and all, and become some new kind of UFO. Anything could happen. And hadn't old Minnie been nattering away about just that before the session had begun, before she had wiped down the stools and set them out just so? "In the last quarter, sweetheart, anything can happen, and will," she'd said. Last quarter? Of the moon, of the century, of some damn basketball game? Velma had been, still was, too messed around to figure it out. "You just hold that thought," Minnie was saying again, leaning forward, the balls of 3 fingers pressed suddenly, warm and fragrant, against Velma's forehead, the left hand catching her in the back of her head, cupping gently the 2 stony portions of the temporal bone. And Velma was inhaling in gasps and exhaling shudderingly. She felt a glow, her eyebrows drawing in toward the touch as if to ward off the invading fingers that were threatening to penetrate her skull. And then the hands went away quickly, and Velma felt she was losing her eyes. "Hold on now," she heard. It was said the way Mama May would say it, leaving her bent in the sink while she went to get a washcloth to wipe the shampoo from her eyes. Velma held on to herself. Her pocketbook on the rungs below, the backless stool in the middle of the room, the hospital gown bunched up now in the back. There was nothing but herself and some dim belief in the reliability of stools to hold on to. But then the old crone had had a few choice words to say about that, too, earlier, rearing back on her heels and pressing her knees against the stereo, while Velma perched uneasily on the edge of her stool trying to listen, trying to wait patiently for the woman to sit down and get on with it,